Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate about text XPath function. So let's get started. We use text function in XPath expressions to locate the UI elements on the web page which contain some text between its HTML tags. So if you find any particular UI element on the web page, when you inspect that, you will be able to see the HTML code of that particular element. And in between the tags of that element, if there is some text, in such cases, we can use a text function in relative XPath expressions or XPath expressions to find such kind of UI element on the web page. Okay. So let me practically demonstrate this so that you will understand this theoretical part and you will be able to understand how to use a text function, when to use a text function in XPath expressions to locate the UI elements on the web pages. So to understand this in a practical way, here I have provided 4 challenges. If you solve all these 4 challenges, or if you understand solving these 4 challenges that I'm going to demonstrate in this session, you will be able to understand this concept of text function in XPath expressions for locating the UI elements on the web pages. Fine. So let's start with the first challenge, that is check this button on Omayo. Okay. So there is a button with the label check this on this omayo.blogspot.com application, which is sample application where we practice this XPath expression. So first, I'll open the browser and take you to that sample application I'm talking about. Okay, that is omayo.blogspot.com. Once you are taken to this application page, just scroll down, completely down until you find this check this label containing button. Now, I want to locate this button using relative XPath expression. How to locate? To locate that button, right click on this button and select inspect option. That we generally do, right? So I have right clicked on this check this button and selected inspect option. Now I got the Google Chrome DevTools here. Okay, I'll just drag like this and click on this. Okay, click on this double arrow and I'll select selector sub. Here I have the selector sub and here we have the Google Chrome DevTools. Both are there. Okay, and if I inspect this button, right, this is the HTML code, guys. Okay, let's close this. This is the HTML code of that particular button. Now, if you carefully observe the HTML code of this button, here starting button tag is there, ending button tag is there, and in between that some text is there. Okay, that's fine. So far so good. But generally, per our knowledge, when you want to locate this element on the web page, we generally try to find ID locator. ID locator is not there. Name locator is not there. Name attribute is not there. So name locator is not possible. Class attribute is not there. Class name locator is not possible. Whether these tags are anchor tags, no. If it is anchor tags, using this particular text between the anchor tags, we would have created link text locator. That is also not possible. So the left out options are either we have to go with XPath expressions or CS selectors. So in this session, I'm demonstrating the XPath expressions, right? So let's try to create a relative XPath expression, okay, which can locate this button with the help of this HTML code. So by looking at this HTML code, we can clearly see there is a button tag. So we generally write like this /button. Okay. Now I need to generally, like with whatever the knowledge you got till the previous session, how do you filter locating this particular element on the web page? Along with the tag name, we used to add some attribute names and values. But here, which attribute is there on click? There is some set timeout. But this value doesn't look unique for me, guys. This on click and this attribute and value I cannot use in XPath expression here because this doesn't look unique. Other buttons on this page may also have the on click is equal to set timeout and all those stuff. Okay, this is a generic thing that anyone can use for any button. So I cannot consider this attribute and value as unique. Now what is left out here? So here attributes case is gone. Okay, there is no use of mentioning attributes in the XPath expressions. But I can use the tag names in the relative XPath expressions I have used. But what is left out, which is something unique about this HTML code of this particular element, there is some text between the tags of this element. Starting tag, ending tag, and between that some text is there. Can I use this particular text between the tags? Since attribute names and values are not helping me, okay, in this case of creating a proper relative XPath expression for locating this button, what is left out? Some text between the tags is there. If it is anchor tag, I would have used this particular text as link text locator. But in this case, button tags, which is not anchor tag. So I cannot go with this as a link text locator. I need to go with XPath expression, /button. And how to use this particular text between this button tags of this particular element to create a relative XPath expression. For that, provide square brackets, and between the square brackets, instead of providing the attribute name and value, generally till the previous session, in between the square brackets, we have provided some attribute name and value. But here, we are going to use, for the first time, we are going to use a function known as text function. Okay, give the text function like this is equal to text function is equal to single quotes. Okay, here at the rate attribute name you used to give, but in place of the at the rate attribute name, you are giving the text function is equal to, in single quotes, give the text which is there between the starting and ending tags of this particular element. That is, check this is the text, which is nothing but the label of this button. Paste it here. This will definitely looks unique and press enter. Is it locating? Yes. With the help of the text function, we are now able to locate this particular element on the web page. There will be some situations, this kind of situations that you will be facing in real time, where you want to create a relative XPath expression to locate this kind of buttons. And if you observe this HTML code, only tag name only is useful. Apart from that, attribute names and values are not useful for locating or helping you in locating this particular button on the web page. Then what you have done? So you have checked if there is some text between the button tag starting and ending, but there is some text luckily. This text, why can't I pass to the text function here in the XPath expression and locate this button? Yes, that's possible. Okay, the chances of locating the UI elements on the web pages got increased with the help of this text function, usage of this text function in XPath expressions. Okay, in certain situations we have to depend on the text function, guys. So okay, fine. So this is how we can use a text function in XPath expressions to help Selenium automation tool in finding the elements on the web pages. This XPath expression is now locating this button with the help of the text function inside it. Okay. So this is the answer for this first challenge, how to locate this, check this button on Omayo. With this, you can do that with this. Okay, this is the answer. Fine, this is how we can use a text function. Now we can practice this for other challenges. There are 3 more challenges. There also we will be trying to use a text function. So more practice you do, more understanding you will get on the text function. So I collected good number of examples here. Submit button on Omayo. Okay, again go to the same application page and just refresh this once. Okay, just refresh this once and so there is something known as submit button, guys, on this website page, where exactly once you landed on this page, just scroll down, slowly you scroll down and see the left side of the page. Here you say submit login register. Here this button I want to locate. How to locate the submit button? Right click on the submit button and select inspect option. The HTML code of the button will come here. Okay, the HTML code of the submit button got displayed here. You see, got displayed here. You can either use selector sub to write the text path expression, or you can even use a Google Chrome DevTools. Select this HTML code and say Control F. This is also fine, guys. Okay, either you can use this way or this way. Anything is fine. So I'll use the selector sub for now. So here, I want to locate the submit button. Okay, so if I inspect the submit button, this is the HTML code I got highlighted. Okay, if I inspect the submit button, it is highlighting this button tag. So I'll write /button. Okay, and yeah, it has some attributes. You will say that it has some attribute name attribute, and some values there. So square bracket at the rate name is equal to same name, right? This is a value, right? Same name is a value. If I press enter, you thought only submit button will get located, but along with the submit button, this login button, register button, so total 3 elements got located. Okay, we thought that okay, this particular button tag has this name attribute and value. So by adding this name attribute value, it will be filtered to one element, that is submit button, we thought. But unfortunately, okay, but unfortunately, guys, along with this button, we also got other buttons having the same name attribute and same value to the assigned to the name attribute. So this is not helping us. What we can do in this case? If this is not helping us, what we can do in this case? This part is not helping, guys, using the attribute name and value, because the same name attribute value is there for other buttons also. For the login button also, same name attribute is there, same value is assigned to the name attribute. For register button also, same name attribute is there, and also the same value for this name attribute is there. Okay, all the 3 buttons, submit, login, register, have the same name attribute value. So this is not unique. So why to use something which is not unique? Remove this. Again, we came back to the tag name only. So here in this case also, only tag name is coming to use in relative XPath expressions. Then how to actually locate the submit button? You should get an idea in this kind of situation where we cannot use attribute names and values. You should get an idea if there is any text between these tags or not. You see, button starting tag is there, button ending tag is there. Is there some text between the tags? Yes, there is some text. Copy the text and use this particular text or pass this particular text in the XPath expression to the text function. Now provide square brackets. In that, provide text function is equal to, in single quotes, give that value, that is submit value. Okay, submit text between the starting and ending button tag. Now press enter. How many elements are getting located? One element. Earlier, 3 elements. Now only one element. So text function is coming to our use. This is how we have to use text function in real time. Not all elements can be created with the help of providing tag names in the relative XPath expressions and attribute names and values. Always it may not work. Some situations will come where some sort of elements Okay, you may have to use a text between their starting and ending tags to help, okay, the XPath expression in locating the element. The XPath expression will use a function known as text function. We need to write the text function inside the XPath expression to solve that purpose. Okay, copy this. This is the answer for this question or for this challenge. Hope you got some clarity. Now, few more challenges, two more challenges are there. Let's try them also. Select my account drop down or locate, otherwise it is locate guys. Okay, locate my account drop menu on Tutorials Ninja application. There's another application apart from this omayo.blogspot.com. We have another application that we generally practice our relative XPath expressions are, that is Tutorials Ninja application. I'll take you there. On this application there is a drop menu known as my account. That one you have to locate by writing a proper relative XPath expression. So here I'll open the browser and take you to this tutorialsninja.com/demo. Okay, let me type it again. tutorialsninja.com/demo. Press enter. You'll be taken to that website page. tutorialsninja.com/demo. Once you are taken to this page, here you can see a my account, right? I want to locate this my account option. So I'll right click on this my account option and select inspect, and I'll get this HTML code. I'll open the selector sub here. Now, by looking at this HTML code, this is HTML code of this particular element. Okay, if I inspect this my account, this HTML code in this entire HTML code is getting highlighted. By looking at this HTML code of this element, I need to write a proper relative XPath expression to look at this my account. So what tag name is there? Span tag. So I'll write /span as usual. Okay. Now after writing this tag name, so you may think that there is some class attribute with some value, right? I can use this class attribute with some value. Let's try that. What is happening? At the red class is equal to single quotes and give that value. See if this my account will get located or not. Okay, by rating this kind of relative XPath expression. Okay, by looking at this tag name /span at the red class is equal to this value you gave. And then press enter. How many elements are getting located? You thought only my account will get located, but along with the my account, currency got located, number got located, wishlist got located, shopping cart, checkout, and many other. Total 10 elements are matching with this. That means all these 10 elements have the tag name as span, and also they have the same class attribute, which is not unique. This class attribute value and name, class attribute and its value is not unique. So we cannot actually depend on this class attribute value. Then what is left out? Tag name is done. Attribute values are done. What is left out? The text between the span tags, that is my account is there. Can I use this my account text to locate this my account option in the with the help of this my account text in the relative XPath expression? Can I locate this? Yes, definitely. But how? How? It's not an attribute, right? There's text between the starting and ending tag. So I need to pass this text to the text function. Okay. So here square bracket in this kind of situation when you are helpless, when attribute names and tag names are not helping you, you can use a text function in the XPath expression. Text function is equal to, write down single quotes, copy this my account text between the span tags and paste it here as a value to the text function and press enter. Now it's locating only the my account. You see? This is how text function is kind of, it's one of the important topics. Okay. This will help you like anything, and your skills in locating the different UI elements with the help of XPath expressions will definitely improve after this session, increase after your session, otherwise increase or improve, whatever you say. Okay. So these are small things only guys, but their usage, if you are able to use and you generally decide at what situations you can use this text function by yourself, your skill set on creating proper XPath expressions in finding the elements on the web page definitely will increase. Okay. So I clearly and recommend or whatever you say is that this is one of the important topics in XPath expressions. Okay, we use text function like anything in XPath expression. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so very useful one. Okay, text function is very useful one. It will help a lot of people in writing proper relative XPath expressions for locating elements on the web pages. Okay, so that's the thing. So what was the answer? This is the answer for this particular challenge. We solved the third challenge also. Third challenge also we have solved, guys. That's very good. Now let's go with the last challenge, guys. Now let's go with the last challenge, that is locating register account page heading on Tutorials Ninja. Okay, last challenge, locating register account page heading on Tutorials Ninja. So again, the same application page, tutorialsninja.com/demo application. On that, click on my account and go to register option. Select register option and you'll be taken to this register account page. In this, you can see this particular heading, right? This particular heading of this page I want to locate by writing a proper relative XPath expression. How to do that? Select this heading and right click here and select inspect option. You will get the HTML code of this heading. When I right click here, select and right click on the heading and inspect, the HTML code of that particular heading got highlighted here. These H1 tags are there. In between the H1 tags, we have the text. Okay, so here I'm going to write down which tags are there? H1 tags. How to write the relative XPath expression? Double forward slash H1. Okay, double forward slash H1. If I press enter, total two headings are coming, guys. Okay, two headings are getting located. So I want to locate only the heading which contains this register account text. So how to figure it out? Here H1 tags doesn't have any. Okay, so if I write double forward slash H1, okay. So here H1 tag doesn't have any attributes by default. Okay, so it has some text, but it has some text. We cannot depend on attribute names and values because H1 tags by default doesn't have any. If I refresh here, you can clearly see. If I refresh here and select the heading and inspect option, you'll get the H1 tags. You see H1 tags are without any attribute names. You see only tag name is there, starting and ending tag name is there. It doesn't have any attributes. Is there any option of using along with the tag name some attribute names and values to locate this particular heading on the web page? Not possible. So only what is left out is some text between the tags. Okay, there's some text between the starting and ending H1 tags in this example. So you already know that we can use a text function and assign that particular text which is there in between the tags of that element. Okay, so press enter and see that particular heading is getting located only one element. And using this XPath expression, we are able to locate this heading. And this XPath expression is actually using the text function. So a lot of situations like this will come in real time where that particular element's HTML code doesn't have any attribute names and you are not able to write a proper XPath expression to locate that elements, whatever the reason may be. Okay, whatever the reason may be. Okay, you may have to think about can we use text function in this case to solve this problem? Okay, and increase the chances of locating the element. If you're able to, you are good. Okay, so you have to use text function. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.